Shalom. Kohalo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And as you can see the title of this video, this was put up by a brother and one of the brothers I listen to channel with GMS Vegas Sit Downs 144. He posted this earlier, and the spirit jumped on me, and I said I was gonna do something on it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. So you see the title. It says race war energy being stirred up in Babylon with Esau and Jacob. And this has always been a thing. A lot of our people are just catching up. They just starting to see this, man. But this has always been a thing, even from the beginning, man, where Esau was always gonna hate Jacob. And Jacob, who was known to be the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, who consist of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, pushed and scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, including America, Babylon the Great. And Esau, Edom, the devil, the wicked, known in the Bible, is the so-called white race, right? Who you would call so-called European, white, whatever other names you got for them. But yeah, this energy has always been there, man. And Jake, he's gonna find out the hard way in these last days, because you got a lot of our people that's standing up and jumping in the front of these devils, to protect them. Like these devils really give a shit about them, man. Now we know that some of these people, some of these quote unquote white people, so-called white people, they may look like white people, but they're not. Some of them may go back to Jake. Some of them will go back to Jake, because the Israelites were scattered throughout all nations, and it was going to come back looking like all nations. So we understand that. But these devils, these are devils, man. You can tell a devil, especially when you in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you can tell these devils straight off the back, man. So hey, it's about to go down. It's about to go down, man. We've been telling you, and you're not taking heed to it. But the proof is in your face. The proof is in your face, man. These devils are getting bold against you, Jakes. And the Lord is raising up a spirit in Jake to fight back. So a race war is coming to this country, man. And it's gonna get real bloody. Thus saith the Lord, man. So check this out. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, what in the elect be edified. Shalom.
Only on 11 Alive this morning, a Rockdale County family wants accountability and an apology after their fifth grade son and his younger sister saw racist signs posted inside Honey Creek Elementary School. Signs posted segregation-era signs over water fountains and in hallways. They read coloreds only and whites only.
I went to go get water, and over the water fountain, my friends told me to look up because it was like a note over the water fountain. It said colors only.
The student says their teacher quickly took down at least one sign and asked who was responsible. The mother sent an email to the principal and the superintendent. The Rockdale County School District says the signs were part of a classroom social studies lesson, but admits it was not aligned with district-approved plans. The board
and that's a fucking lie, because if you remember back maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, they had a quote unquote school project where they had so-called Negroes, these young brothers, in the front of the class, and they was selling them off as slaves, man. And they said that it was a project. What you don't play with shit like that, man. So these devils, they always try to, make things innocent or make it seem like it was innocent, but they know what the hell they were doing, man.
Adds they believe there was no ill intent.
Even if whomever put up the signs did not mean to cause harm, they did. Because of that, there needs to be some kind of accountability done, because the children are the ones that were affected by this.
And nobody's held accountable in America unless it's the except so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American men. Everybody else gets a pass. Nobody has to be held accountable for anything, man. Only you Jakes, man. Only you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American men. Only the Israelite man is held accountable here in America, Babylon the Great. Right? That's it. Everybody else, they get a pass.
The district's Human Resources Department is now investigating the incident. This morning, the family is still waiting for a formal apology and answers about how something like this could happen.
17-year-old Carmelo Anthony admitted to fatally stabbing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf during a trap meet in Frisco, Texas on April 2nd. His bond was originally set at $1 million, but was reduced to $250,000, and he was released from jail. There was a campaign on the Give, Send, Go to raise money for Anthony's defense, with a goal of $600,000. Neither GoFundMe or Kickstarter have a campaign for Anthony. It is said that he and his family are living in a $900,000 home and have bought a new car on money raised after the killing. If you read through the comments listed with the donations, you'll come across this one by FBA, who donated $15. It read, "Honestly, even if Carmelo stabbed Austin for no reason at all, I'd still donate and support. Whites have gotten away with killing us for hundreds of years. I could care less about white lives."
And hey, that's the spirit that Jake coming with now, man, because Jake is realizing that, any and everybody can put Jake to death and nothing happens, right? He just left to weep and mourn and become bugged out, man. So Jake is, getting that spirit roused up in him. Like, yo, man, we don't give a shit, man. You've been doing it to us for forever, man, and nobody paying for it. So, hey, I'm all for it. This is the spirit that Jake is getting in. But our people, they love these devils, man. But these are fucking devils. This is what they're gonna be to the end, till the Lord wipes their ass out. And that's right around the corner, to the Lord wiping out the nation of Edom. Because they're mad, they're being found out, being exposed. Nobody likes them. Only you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans here in America, you like these devils, man. Everybody else hate these devils, man. They know who these devils are. Now you finding out the hard way, and you finding out late, man.
It's gotten 64 hearts in 2 days. Is this where we've gotten to as a society?
And they highlighted this comment. Anything that's making waves, like Black Lives Matter. You got this FBA, what is it, Foundational Black Americans, which is all set up anyway. But it's all of the Lord, man, because these tensions has been there, man. Tension has always been there. But a lot of our people, they rather just deny it or let it slide. But nah, man, this has always been there. And Esau has always hated you from the beginning.
society.
Do you call him the child? Did you call the child the word? It is not business. You call him a. Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it right now again? Okay. All right, that's what you say.
She was going to deny it and walk away. When there was a video and she saw that I was recording, she doubled down and even tripled down now.
See, you know, and we love it, man. We love it because the whole world is seeing who the devil really is, man. The scriptures tell you that Esau shall not regard the persons of the young, nor show favor to the old, man. Paraphrasing. So here you have a 5-year-old autistic, you know, Jake, that she just continuously called nigger. Right? See, these nations, these other nations, that's one, I don't know who he was. You know, he looked like a heathen or whatever. But, you know, the whole world is seeing who's treating Jake the worst, man. Who's treating Jake bad over here in America? The whole world is seeing it, man. It's clear to everybody. And then you got these same devils oppressing and you know, just completely genociding these other nations in their lands, man, where they dwell at. So, hey, you know, Esau gonna be at the Chase Road real soon, man. He's gonna go back to his lower state. He's gonna be hated amongst the earth, right? They don't really know because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has blinded them as well, man. The Lord has blinded the nation of Edom with their pride, you know, because they've been in rulership for a long time and they got that white privilege up in them that they felt, you know, that they've been, you know, getting away with for the longest. You know, they built off of that, man. So, yeah, and then you add Trump in there. Yeah, they puffed up. But they're about to hit a wall, man. They're about to hit a wall, man. And this bitch, she caused the whole melee, right? The whole issue. And then she goes on social media or whatever it is and asks for a $1 million donation to relocate because of threats. And look how much she's raised. Over $500,000, man, for calling for a white woman, a damn devil, a Edomite woman, calling a young Jake a nigger. She get over $500,000, man, to show you that this country and these devils, they don't give a shit about, you know, you Jakes, man. They don't give a good goddamn about you Israelites.
I don't know if it's just me, but it's been getting harder and harder to justify making content when headlines like Minnesota mom rakes in over $500,000 after calling boy with autism the N-word. It's like knowing this whole time you've been on this earth, everybody's been racist as fuck, but now they're just open, bold, and proud with it.
We got to share this next case because it's not being talked about enough. And we need justice for Jordan Hill. This is 10-year-old Jordan Hill's mom holding a picture of him because on April the 6th, he was riding his ATV on a road that he normally plays on when this guy right here, Cody Rawlinson, was driving home when he struck Jordan and kept going. It's been reported that Cody didn't even stop to check on Jordan He kept going. It's also been reported that there were no skid marks in the road near Jordan, indicating that Cody didn't even slow down or try to. I've been trying to research this case as much as I can, but no one is really talking about it. I've seen some TikTok videos, and that's really about it. Came across this post on Facebook where all the residents of Liberty, Mississippi are outraged. I wonder why Jordan Hill's story hasn't been in the media. Let me guess, because he was unalived by a white man. The Carmelo Anthony story is everywhere, but when them tables turn, it's crickets. Well, let's get into it. This 10-year-old boy named Jordan Hill was unalived while riding his ATV in Mississippi. He was hit by a man named Cody Rawlinson. On the scene, there were no skid marks like he tried to prevent from hitting this child. This man hit him and kept driving. He only came back to get his mirror that was missing and damaged from being knocked off his truck during the incident. Afterwards, he was only booked on marijuana charges and was never charged with Jordan's unalived. It's free as a bird and out. How do you hit a child and not call 911 to render some kind of help? This man has Confederate flags hanging from his house. I'm going to paint the picture how they do us. Living houses down, no care, no.
Because this is the devil, man, that you're dealing with. These people have no spirit on them, but the spirit of wickedness, the spirit of evil and death, man. Right? This is how the Lord made them. And the Lord is about to completely eradicate the nation of Edom, man. You see, all throughout history, Jake, you don't see Jake going around messing with Esau either, man. Like going to the Edomite neighborhood and killing the Edomite and putting Edomite to death, and running just for no reason, man. You don't see that. But all throughout history, you devils have done nothing but fuck with us. Here it is, the young Jake was in the street riding his ATV or bike or whatever it was, and you run the Jake over and you keep going. Right? Because you a bitch, man. These Edomites ain't nothing but bitches, man. This is what they are. But you see, Jake is being, let's get it, man. This is Genesis 49:8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down to thee. Because Judah is the head tribe, man, which consists of the so-called Negroes. Right? It says, Judah is the lion's whelp from the prey. My son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He coucheth as a lion. And as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? So this is what you see happening right before your eyes. Judah is being roused up. The so-called Negroes is being roused up, man. Right? Jake is saying, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this, man. They just come over here, they kill our kids, they kill us unarmed and lie about it, and nobody gets, nobody pays for it. Hey, we're gonna start, taking matters into our own hands. And once the Lord put the spirit in Jake, Esau is gonna be through, man. Because right now you got the Lord, still got Jake out here, still got Satan on Jake out here killing each other, doing everything to each other. But the Lord is going to put a spirit on Jake to find out and see who the real enemy is, man. And trust me, Esau Edom, he's a straight punk by nature, man. This is why he would rather handcuff you first and then beat your ass, to where you can't defend yourself. But once Jake can defend himself, man, Esau is a fucking baby, man. That's gonna be fighting a grown man soon. Let's continue.
Concerned. I'm just wondering why this is nowhere to be found in the media. Share this post, let's spread awareness and get this baby some justice. Now, I haven't seen anywhere just yet where police have ruled this an accident or anything, or if they just let him go home scot-free. I'm not sure. I'm going to try to stay updated on this case. Share this video. Let's get this word out. Nobody's going to get it out if we don't. We need justice for Jordan Hill.
What in the get out is going on here? So I saw this on X, y'all, and I had to share this with y'all. So this couple, this interracial couple, went on a date, right? Now this dude posted this on Facebook originally and it went viral. He said, "This is why I don't usually date outside my race." Now, if y'all have never seen the movie Get Out, you better go watch it. So basically he went out with this girl. They went on a date. That was a picture of them. And then she texted him saying, "I definitely enjoyed our night out, but I don't think my parents can find out about us." ... He said, "Same here, and why?" And she said, "They despise Black guys. My last Black boyfriend, let's just say it didn't go well. They literally set him up to be put in jail for life for something he didn't even do. Google Wellington. I really like you, but I don't want anything to happen to you." Not giving his government name. And then he replied and said, "I like you too. And yeah, that's crazy. I went to school with him. Maybe if you sat down and had a conversation with them, they'll loosen up. Think they would be down for dinner?" And she said, "I'll ask, LOL, because I really like you and I will not."
Now, Jake, you know, that's dealing with this Edomite woman. You know, this Edomite chick, you know, she tells him that, you know, a dude that she was dating back in the day, her family, her parents got him locked up for life for something he didn't do. Pretty much lied on him. So a Jake in his right mind, he would have cut it right there, man. Because they're in the same school. He said, "I like you too, and yeah, that's crazy. I went to school with him." So he was in the same school as that other Jake, you know, that got, you know, sent to jail for life. This is why we tell you, man, to leave these fucking Edomite women alone. And if you're gonna deal with them, man, just deal with them, man, and fucking get them out of here, man. You know? But don't be trying to be in no relationship and marry them and you know, have a family with them and all that, man. Nah, man.
Not lose you. And then he said, "I don't want to lose you either." And then she basically said that her mom and stepdad would be open to meeting that evening. So I guess he meets the parents. He takes a screenshot of the dinner and shows receipts of the meeting. This is so creepy. So he took her phone and saw a message. This is so creepy, y'all. Saying this. He said, it says basically that was her talking to her mom, "Mommy love." He seems well put together, but it's something about him me and Jeff don't approve of. He seems like he would be good around the house for things we need, but not for a relationship. Tried to convince him to start working for us. And once we take a trip to the mountains this summer, we'll know the rest.
See, that's how these devils feel about you, man. They consider you slaves, right? These devils truly believe that you was only put here to serve them, right? And mind you, they probably went to dinner. They laughed in his face. They probably told him he was a handsome young man and you're very well spoken. And you know, what do you do? And they getting all in his business and this and that. But once they leave him, what them devilish that devil spirit kicked in, man. They can't help it. This is how these fucking people are, man. Right? Let them come work for us. Tell them we need some things done around the house. Convince them.
Well, you know the rest. What? And then she said, "Mom, I really like him. Can I at least keep him? He's very sweet." What? And then she
said, "Can I keep him? Like a fucking dog or a pet or some shit." These devils have no clue, man. They just fucking clueless. You know, clueless. Retarded, man.
He said, "Not at all. Dating a Black guy in the South, especially Mississippi, is not recommended. Do as you're instructed, please. You'll find someone better." And then she says, "Okay, I'll let him know that Jeff is hiring for work around the house." And like, what? He then posted this post on FB saying, "So this is why I stopped dating outside my race. Would be good and set up." And to this day, she still don't know that I saw those messages in her phone because I left afterwards and never said nothing else about it. Be careful out here, especially in Mississippi. Y'all better be safe. This is crazy. This is literally insane that this is a true story.
At these East Price Hill condos Thursday morning, Cincinnati officers tracked down a stolen vehicle.
As you know, we had a critical incident yesterday.
4 people get out and start running. In body cam footage released today, in just 6 seconds, police say 18-year-old Ryan Hinton aims his gun at officers.
He's got to go.
Police shoot and kill him. Today on MLK Drive, a deputy is working traffic control for UC graduation when a driver crashes into him.
There is a connection between these two incidents. The driver of today's vehicle that struck a deputy has a family relationship with the 18-year-old that we shot yesterday.
Chief, is the person who hit the deputy the father of the person who was shot yesterday?
Yes.
Ryan Hinton's father, 38-year-old Rodney Hinton, is charged with aggravated murder in the deputy's death. He was taken to University Hospital in critical condition. Hours later, the Hamilton County Sheriff's deputy dies. The CPD homicide unit investigating both the death of the deputy killed today and the death of the 18-year-old shot by police.
I can assure you, as the chief of police for Cincinnati, I will ensure you transparency and a thorough and accurate investigation.
And these bitches, these cops, man, they just devils in uniforms, man. You know, that's all they it pretty much gives them a license to kill you, Jakes, man. Right? But let me get to back in you know, we seen with you know, that Jake that was dealing with that Edomite chick. The Lord tells you, man, never to trust them, man. This is Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So these devils have always been wicked, and they're always going to be wicked, man. And it's going to come out. It says, though he humble himself. Yeah, like I said, they probably had a good conversation at dinner. You know, Jake probably paid for the dinner. You know, they probably said thank you. They probably smiled. You know, the whole fucking conversation. You know, humbling themselves, man. It said, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away, man. You're going to know that these are devils. You're going to know that these are the wicked of the earth, man. These people cannot be trusted. Right? This is what you're going to find out. Some Jakes, they're going to find out the hard way, man. Right? That's what's going to happen, man. And Esau has always had this hatred for Jake since the beginning. This is Genesis 27 and verse 41. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. So all of these things, you see that damn devil running over that young Jake. You know, these cops unaliving a Jake saying he had a gun, but, you know, you can't see if it's a gun or not, right? You can't see it. Not in this video, right? But you see, it could be anybody else, any other nation. They get a pass. But Jake, they don't want you to walk away. They want to unalive you, man. They want to put you to death. They put you to death with a gun. They put you to death without one, man. Right? They turn a traffic stop where they just need to give a ticket and let you go on your way. They turn that into a homicide, man. Because these devils, they hate you. They hate you, man. They have a perpetual hatred for you, man. So this is going to come to you know, blows between Esau and Jacob real soon, man. Because Jake feeling like his back is up against the wall. You going to tell me you can put my son to death and nobody's going to get charged, because we've seen this time and time again. Nobody's charged, right? And I'm just supposed to grieve over my son, man. While you go home and to your family and, you know, toast a bunch of fucking Budweisers at a barbecue and talk about how you slaughtered my son, man. Right? So Jake is hey, he's, like I said, his back is against the wall where he feel like, man, hey, there's nothing else to do but fight now. And this is the spirit that the Lord is throwing on his people, man. Right? This is the spirit. So let's read that again. This is Genesis 27:41. It said, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And what was that blessing that Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, gave to Jacob? The kingdom, the everlasting kingdom. Right? Esau got this temporary kingdom that's fallen each and every day, that's about to hit rock bottom. It says, and Esau said in his heart, meaning in his mind, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. And who was the father? Isaac. It said, then will I slay my brother Jacob, man. So Esau had it in his mind, even from the beginning, that he was going to put Jacob to death. Right? And this was in the beginning. And this is continuous, even into this very, very day, man. And you see it. Right? You see it. And the brother put up Ezekiel 25, 12 to 14. It said, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom. So the Lord is going to stretch out his hand upon Edom, man, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Dan shall fall by the sword, and I will lay my vengeance. So this is the Lord's vengeance. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. Right? So Jake is about to get his get back, man. Right? Everything that Esau has done to us, everything that he's doing to us, and everything he plans to do to us in the future, the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua said, Israel gonna get his get back, man. Esau gonna pay for that. And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord, man. So this is gonna be the vengeance of the Lord, man. So the Lord is gonna put a different spirit in Jake in these last days, right? A different spirit. Let me get one to go with that. This is because Edom never had a problem with putting Jake to death, man. So hey, he gonna feel that. He gonna feel that fire. This is Ezekiel 35 and verse 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, and the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, I will prepare thee unto blood. So Esau, Edom is being prepared unto blood as we speak. It says, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So this devil has never been, sorry for shedding the blood of the children of Israel, man. He's never been sorrowful for shedding the blood of you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, man. He'll do it in a minute. He'll do it again. He's going to do it tomorrow. He's going to do it later on today. He's going to do it next week. He's going to do it, man. He's going to do it, and he's going to sleep like a baby, right? Because in these devil's eyes, this is what you was made for. You was made to be unalived by them. And you shouldn't have it in your mind to do to them what they've been doing to you, because they are above you, right? And they have the power to do it. right? This is what goes on in these 6 people's head, man. Right? But the tables are about to turn, man. I got another clip after this too. So let's finish this one off. Let's get it over here. Slovakia. Right? So you see it up here. It said the Lord of Hosts wants a race war, and that's gonna happen. You seen the intro with what was going down, you know? You seen the intro, man. The video, you know, that I showed before with all that's happening in the world, man. And it's a lot more. It's a lot more, man. So Esau, the way he thinks is that if you put to death one of him, he got to put to death 10 or 20 of you. And yeah, man, it's going. This ain't gonna be the end of it, man. It's gonna be ongoing, right? It's gonna be ongoing, and the Lord is going to allow Jake to fight back, man, and get his get backs, right? So let's get this one.
TikTok, listen, I keep seeing, for some reason today on my feed, like people are fear-mongering, trying to start like some type of race war, all these different things, man. Listen, no one wants to do that. You know why? Because a lot of people feel comfortable sitting on the internet and talking about the things that they would do. 95% of these people have never been in a volatile situation. They don't know what violence is. They don't understand to combat violence, you have to become violence. Guys, stop the fear mongering, because 95% of you guys are going to stay in the house. And some of us whose background is in certain things are going to be ready to pick up arms. Then some of y'all going to be looking crazy as shit. Stop the fear mongering, man. If somebody's getting on your nerve, you don't like their political views or whatever the case may be, don't fuck with them. All we got to do in 2025 is mind our own business. Do y'all really want a race war? Put it down in the comments. Me personally, I don't. It's not that serious to me. I just stay the fuck away from you. But if you
you see, Jake has always stepped away. Jake has always been minding his business. Yeah, you know, you got the stupid demonic Jakes that kill each other and all that, but you don't see Jake going to another nation and just starting with them and putting them to death, man. All these other nations, they've came and had their time and a chance to put, you know, to shed blood of Jake, man. Shed blood of the Israelites. So this Jake saying, just mind your business. We've always minded our business, man. We had problems in our nation. We still got problems in our nation, but we don't go to nobody else and you know, start with them. Everybody else starts with us, man. So if you think you're just gonna mind your business and you're gonna stay out the way, you sadly mistaken, man. You are sadly mistaken, Jake. You know?
push me or endanger my family, now we got a different situation. But guys, cut it out with the bullshit, man. Cut it out. Y'all not ready for that.
And you got some Jakes that are ready. You got some Jakes that are ready for that, man. You got some Jakes that want it. You know, because they tired of these devils. Like take for instance that father that killed that deputy for shooting his son, man. 'Cause, you know, he was shooting his son. 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 'Cause right? He wanted to smoke. He said, man, to hell with that. You take one of mine, I'm going to take one of yours. Right? So that spirit, no matter what you say, Jake, that spirit is being pushed out in the earth, you know, in the way of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man, and it's going to happen. You know, the scripture was up there. Let's get it. The scripture was up there, man. There's nothing good coming in these last days, right? There's nothing good that's coming in these last days. You know? I'm going to get two more and we're going to shut it down. This is 2 Ezra 13 and verse 31. It says, and one shall undertake the fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. So, hey, man, it's going to be happening everywhere. On all levels, it's going to be happening. Right? 2 Ezra 15 and verse 15. It says, well, I'm starting at 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another with swords in their hands, man. Right? You're not going to be able to stay out the way, Jake. Yeah, you drive your truck and you make a honest living and you probably make good money. You more than likely make good money. But this place is crashing, man. Jobs is being taken. People getting laid off. Everything is crashing, man. So people's way of life is deteriorating right before their eyes, man. So what do you think is going to be the next step? They're going to come to take, you heard him. He said, if you threaten my family or you trying to hurt me or whatever, now it's a different ball. It's going to come to that. It's going to come to that, man. Right? It's going to come to that. So don't think you can just stay out the way, Jake. You know, don't think you can just stay out the way. So let me read that again. And I'm going to close out. This 2 Ezra 15 and verse 14, it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, meaning destruction to the world. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another with swords in their hands. Right? That's what it is. Right? And this is the will of the Lord. Isaiah 46 and 10. Declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, meaning what the Lord says is going to stand. It says, and I will do all my pleasure. And this is a pleasure for the Lord, like I just read in Ezekiel 25, verse 12 to 14, that the Lord was going to put the spirit in his people to get back on Esau, Edom. That's a pleasure for the Lord, man. And it's going to stand. So, Jake, you better get with it or get lost, man. You know? So I'm going to leave it there. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua willing. The elect was other Father. I went longer than I planned to, but it's all through the Spirit. Hey, man. To the next lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushua, Ba'Hashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the Spirit to do this lesson. To the next lesson. Shalom.